Building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Throwing on first down is Lance. And his first look is incomplete. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year, with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Flush to his right. And this is right here. Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw, it's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score for Niners 7.
is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC on the others. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Brooks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 2nd and goal, Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't...
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Samson Ebukam. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson flushed out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Working from the gun, Lance. Eluding the pressure right. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. To throw is Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Lance looking to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here's Lance. Completes it to Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now Lance. Flushed out right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Eluding the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, wide open, complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And Lance now to throw. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on third down for this offense. Throwing now is Lance. Flush to his right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Shifts by him, and he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First man through. It's the fullback Juszczyk. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Bryant's going to sneak it. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Play action. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And some space here. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Dwayne Eskridge.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our game here in the third. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A handoff running left is Mostert.
A little juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
On play action, Lance.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down. From the gun, a run with Mostert.
Down right around the 25.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
eluding the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Seahawks 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
He hits his target, Lockett, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up.
Touchdown! Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your...
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Seahawksans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's all you got. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. The 20. Bring it! And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Makes the score Niners 42, Seahawks 30. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
They go play action with Wilson.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson.
And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up.
They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They'll run forward with Pollard. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
To throw, it's Lance.
Flushed out right. This one caught by Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Lance looking to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Niners 49, Seahawks 35.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got...
And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. A lane there to run as Mostert able to get about 7 there on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
A nice little juke.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
1st down, 49ers.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, it's a 2nd win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.